Hey everyone, Jack here.
And I'm Elena.
And today we're going to talk about some really awesome tips
Yeah.
to build your English brain.
Yeah, learning a new language can be like a really big adventure.
Totally.
But we're so excited to help you on this journey.
We are?
Think of your brain kind of like a muscle.
Okay.
The more you work it out, the stronger it gets.
Hmm?
And learning English is like a super workout for your brain.
It's so true.
Right.
Have you ever heard of this thing called neuroplasticity?
It's a big word.
It is a big word.
And it basically means that your brain can change and grow
What?
throughout your whole life.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
So, like, it's not set in stone.
No, it's not set in stone.
It can adapt
Right.
and learn new things no matter how old you are.
Exactly.
It's pretty cool.
It's like if you're walking through a forest.
Okay.
At first, there's no clear path.
Right.
But the more you walk that way, the clearer the path becomes.
I love that analogy.
Yeah.
So every time you learn a new English word,
Yeah.
or you try and speak a sentence,
Mm-hmm.
you're making a new pathway in your brain.
Exactly. And the more you practice, the stronger those pathways get.
That's so cool.
And that makes it easier to learn new things and to remember things.
So learning English, it's not just about learning new words
Right.
or grammar rules.
It's about training your brain to
Yeah.
be more flexible
Okay.
and to adapt better.
And research has shown that learning another language
Yes.
can actually give your brain a boost.
Yes. It's called the bilingual advantage.
Oh, wow. I've heard of this.
Yeah. So people who speak two languages,
Mm.
often they're better at solving problems.
Okay.
They're good at multitasking,
Uh-huh.
and they can focus better.
They're like super brains.
They're like mental ninjas,
Yeah.
right? Switching between languages like it's
Yeah.
nothing.
That's so cool.
And it's not only about like being mentally quicker and sharper.
Uh-huh.
Scientists have actually found
Yeah.
some physical changes
Wow.
in the brains of bilingual people.
What kind of changes?
So they actually have more gray matter
Gray matter.
in certain parts of their brain.
What is gray matter?
Gray matter is kind of like the brain's processing power.
Oh,
Because it's where all the thinking happens.
so you're telling me that if I speak two languages,
Yeah.
it actually makes my brain more powerful.
That's right.
That's incredible.
And there's even more.
Oh, wow. Tell me more.
Bilingualism also affects something called white matter.
White matter.
White matter, that's like the communication network of your brain.
Okay, so it connects all the different parts.
Exactly.
Get some work together.
Yes. And when you learn a second language,
Mm-hmm.
those connections get stronger
That's awesome.
and they work better.
Why?
This means that your brain processes information faster
Oh, wow.
and you remember things better.
It's like I'm upgrading my brain's internet connection.
Exactly like you're getting fiber optic cables in your brain.
That is a great analogy. I
Yeah.
love that.
Yeah, so all these benefits, they go way beyond just being able to speak another language.
Yeah, what else?
Studies have shown that being bilingual
Mm-hmm.
can actually delay
Okay.
the start of those problems that happen as we get older.
Oh, like dementia.
Yes,
Like-
exactly like dementia.
Wow.
So learning English can actually help keep your brain healthy
Wow, that's amazing.
as you get older.
I love that.
Yeah, it's like a long-term investment
That's a great way to put it.
in your brain's well-being.
I am loving this.
Yeah,
I'm so excited to learn English.
why not?
I make my brain so much better.
And the cool thing is you don't even have to learn a language to get these benefits.
Really?
Any new skill can help keep your brain sharp.
Oh, really? Like what?
Like, think about learning to play a musical instrument.
Yeah, like guitar or piano.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You're coordinating your hands, you're reading the music, you're listening to the sound. It's like a
Yeah.
whole brain workout.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I actually, during the pandemic, I started learning the ukulele. Oh, that's awesome. It was really hard at first,
Yeah,
but it also made me feel like calmer and more focused.
I can imagine.
Yeah.
It's amazing how learning something new
Yeah.
can make you feel so much better.
Yeah, like mentally you just feel better.
Totally. It's like a refreshing break
Yeah,
for your brain from
Yeah.
like your normal everyday routine.
exactly. And it doesn't have to be hours and hours every day.
No, not at all.
Even just a few minutes a day.
Even just a few minutes.
Could make a difference.
Exactly. And you don't have to learn some super difficult skill either.
Oh, so like if I learn a new recipe
Yes.
or if I try a different workout,
Totally.
that can help.
Anything that challenges your brain.
Okay.
It makes you think in new ways.
Got it.
Yeah.
I'm starting to realize that learning is not just about like knowing more stuff.
Right.
It's really about keeping your brain active.
Yeah. And engaged.
So we've learned that our brains are super adaptable,
Yes.
and learning new things, especially a new language,
Yes.
can make us smarter and more capable.
Right. Like it actually changes the way our brains work.
That's incredible. And this bilingual advantage that we talked about,
Yeah.
It's not just about language.
And exactly.
It helps us solve problems.
Yeah.
It helps us with our memory.
Right.
And it can even keep our brains healthy as we get older.
Absolutely.
That's pretty amazing.
It is amazing.
And we've also learned that we don't just have to learn languages.
Right.
We can learn other new skills.
Yes.
And that can also have a good impact
Totally.
on our brains and our well-being.
It's all about keeping your brain active
Yeah.
and learning new things.
I love it. So every time you try and learn something new,
Yeah.
you're not just gaining knowledge.
You're changing your brain.
You're like building a better version of yourself.
You're shaping your brain.
That's amazing.
It's really cool.
I'm super pumped.
Me too.
So we've been talking about how learning English can actually make your brain stronger and faster.
Yeah. But there's another awesome benefit I want to tell you about.
Really, what's that?
Learning English can make you a more understanding person.
Oh, that's really interesting. How does that work?
Well, when you learn a new language, you're not just learning words and grammar.
Right.
You're also learning about a new culture
Mhm.
and a new way of seeing the world.
So it's like I'm stepping into someone else's shoes
Yeah,
and seeing the world through their eyes.
exactly. And that's what we call empathy.
Empathies.
It's the ability to understand and share other people's feelings.
And learning English helps us do that.
Yes, it really opens up your mind to different ways of thinking and feeling.
That makes sense. I guess it's easy to get stuck in our own little world
Mm-hmm.
and forget that there are other ways of seeing things.
It's true. Learning English helps us break out of that little world
Yeah.
and connect with people from all different cultures.
So it's not just about communication then.
Right.
It's about understanding each other.
It's about building bridges.
I love that. And I think that's super important now more than ever.
It is, especially these days.
When there's so much information and different opinions coming at us all the time.
It's important to see things from different sides.
And learning English can help us do that.
It's like a key that unlocks a whole new world of understanding.
Okay, so we've talked about all these great things.
Yeah.
But I have to admit something.
What's that?
I get scared of making mistakes.
Oh, I understand. But it's important to remember that everybody makes mistakes.
Even native English speakers?
Everyone, even native speakers.
You really?
Making mistakes is how we learn.
So it's okay if I make mistakes.
It's more than okay. It's a good thing.
Wow.
See them as chances to learn and get better.
I like that. I like thinking of it that way.
Yeah.
But it's still kind of hard not to feel self-conscious sometimes.
I know, but most people are really understanding when you're learning English.
Yeah.
They know it's not easy and they're patient.
That's good to know.
And if you make a mistake, just laugh it off and keep going.
Don't let it stop me.
Don't let it stop you.
All right, the more I practice, the better I'll get.
Exactly. And there are so many fun and easy ways to practice English every day.
Oh, like what?
Well, you can listen to English music.
I love music.
It's a great way to practice, but sometimes it's hard to understand all the words.
Yeah, it's true.
It's okay. Just try to get the main idea of the song
Okay.
and pick out a few new words or phrases.
And I can sing along even if I don't know all the words, right?
Of course, singing is a great way to improve your pronunciation.
And what about watching movies and TV shows in English?
Oh, that's another fantastic way to immerse yourself in the language.
Okay.
You can use subtitles at first,
Yeah,
and as you get better, you can try watching without them.
that's a great idea.
And don't worry if you don't understand every single word.
Right.
Just relax and enjoy.
I could do that. These are great tips.
Yeah.
I can definitely try these.
Yeah, I think you'll like them.
And it doesn't have to be like hours and hours of practice, right?
No, just a little bit every day makes a big difference.
Okay, so consistency is key.
Consistency is key.
Not like cramming everything in.
No cramming.
And it's good to set like realistic goals.
Realistic goals.
So I shouldn't expect to be fluent like next week.
No, fluency takes time and effort, but you'll get there.
Okay.
Just be patient and keep practicing.
And celebrate those small wins.
Celebrate every step of the way.
I'm feeling really motivated to keep going.
I'm glad to hear that.
But what if I feel stuck?
That's totally normal. That happens to everyone.
So I'm not alone.
You're not alone. There are tons of people learning English all over the world,
Wow, really?
and there are so many resources out there to help you.
Like what?
You could join a language exchange program. You
Right.
can find an English conversation group,
Mm-hmm.
or even get a tutor.
That's a good idea.
And of course, there are tons of websites and apps.
Yeah.
So many resources.
Yeah.
The most important thing is to find what works for you and just keep going.
Don't give up.
Don't give up.
I won't.
Learning English is a journey.
With its ups and downs.
But it's so rewarding.
You'll be amazed at how far you've come.
Before we move on,
Okay.
I want to share a really cool technique.
Okay, I'm ready.
Have you ever heard of shadowing?
Shadowing.
It's a great way to improve your pronunciation.
Tell me more.
You listen to a recording of a native speaker, and you repeat what they say.
Oh.
Try to copy their rhythm, their intonation, everything.
Like I'm their shadow.
Exactly. I love that.
It helps you train your ear and your mouth.
That's really cool. I'm going to try that.
You should try it. It's fun.
Oh.
You can also record yourself speaking English.
Really record myself.
It sounds scary, but it helps you see where you need to improve.
Okay.
You could listen back and see what you need to work on.
Like having a personal speech coach.
Exactly.
I like that. I'm going to give that a try.
You should.
Thanks for all the great tips.
You're welcome.
Okay, so we've talked about a lot of really cool things today.
Yeah, we've learned how learning English can actually change your brain.
Yeah.
It can make you a more understanding person,
Right.
and it can open up so many possibilities for you. I love that.
But there's one more thing that I think is super important.
Oh, what's that?
It's your mindset.
Mindset.
Yeah, it's all about how you think about yourself
Okay.
as an English learner.
So it's not just about, like, how many hours I study.
No, it's not just about
How
that.
many words I know.
It's also about your attitude
Oh.
and your beliefs about learning English.
So you're saying if I believe that I can do it,
Mm-hmm.
I'm more likely to be successful.
Exactly. A positive attitude can make a huge difference.
Wow.
When you believe in yourself, you're more likely to keep going,
Okay.
even when things get tough.
That makes sense. But what if I feel discouraged sometimes?
It's totally normal to feel discouraged.
Okay.
Everyone feels that way sometimes.
Even you?
Yeah, even everyone goes through ups and downs
Okay.
when they're learning something new.
So it's okay to feel overwhelmed.
It's completely okay.
Sometimes.
Just remember to be kind to yourself.
Yeah.
And remember that progress takes time.
I like that.
Don't compare yourself to other people.
Right.
Focus on your own journey.
Focus on my progress.
Yeah, and celebrate every little victory.
Even the small things.
Celebrate all of them.
And just keep moving forward.
It's like running a marathon.
Okay.
You wouldn't expect to run the whole thing without stopping.
Right. To take a break or have some water?
Exactly. Learning English is the same way.
I never thought of it that way.
It's a journey. It's not a race.
So I should enjoy the journey.
Enjoy the process and don't be afraid to make mistakes.
We've talked about that.
We have.
Mistakes are good.
Mistakes are good. They mean you're learning.
So I shouldn't get upset if I say something wrong.
No, just learn from it and keep practicing.
And have fun.
And have fun. Exactly.
This is such good advice. I really like that.
I'm glad you like it.
We've covered so much
But I
today.
know we have.
We've talked about how amazing our brains are.
How adaptable they are.
Yeah, and how learning English can make us smarter.
Yeah, and more understanding of other people.
And we even learned some tips for building our English brains.
So many tips.
What's the biggest takeaway you want our listeners to remember?
I want them to know that they can do this.
Yeah.
Don't be afraid to make mistakes. Be kind to yourself and never give up.
That's great advice.
The rewards are so worth it.
So keep practicing, keep learning, and keep growing.
And remember, you're not alone.
There's a whole community of English learners out there.
We're all in this together.
That's a really nice thought.
It is. We're all learning and growing together.
Thank you so much for being here today, Elena.
It was my pleasure.
And thank you to all of our listeners for joining us.
We hope you enjoyed this episode.
We'll see you next time.
Bye, everyone.